Hey, what's up YouTube? It's King Vita here, and I'm back with another top 10 favorite videos. And today, it's going to be a top 10 favorite movies. I don't know, I thought of doing this because I was like, well, I already made a top 10 favorite video games. Why not do the same for movies? I've always been a very, very big movie fan, and you know, I love watching movies. So I was like, and this was also a very hard choice to do because I love a ton of movies, but I think I did very well for my top 10 favorite movies and TV shows. So I'm gonna do the same thing. So without further ado, we'll start off with number 10. And just like my video games, that does not mean that I love any of these movies any less. So whether they're high on the list or low on the list, I love them all equally, but I had to put them in certain places. So coming in at number 10 is my favorite Disney movie of all time, and that's The Lion King. I grew up watching The Lion King, the original, and when they released a live-action version of this, I was blown away. This was a really, really good movie, and that does not diminish the value of the original because I own like 7 copies of the original movie. I love this movie so much that I ended up buying multiple versions of this movie, multiple releases of this movie, this being one of them. So this is a really, really, really good movie and a really nice interpretation of The Lion King, especially for someone who grew up with watching The Lion King and watching this live action. It's just very, very well done. The voice casting is really great. Donald Glover, which you might know as Childish Gambino, did an amazing job as Simba. And this is just amazing. Like, this is really, really, really good. And James Earl Jones reprises his role as Mufasa, so that's something really, really cool. Very, very highly recommended. That's the word. Highly recommended you watch this movie, especially if you're a massive Disney fan like I am. The Lion King, definitely. Obviously, it'll never be as good as the original, but for what it is, it's very good. Very well done. Love this movie. Coming in at number 9, Scarface. This is one of my favorite gangster movies outside The Godfather. I mean, what can be said about Scarface? This is iconic. This movie's iconic. I own the Platinum Edition, and I don't really think that they sell this anymore. But, you know, if you're lucky to find one, if you're lucky to find a copy of this Platinum Edition, definitely get it. I mean, it's really good. It's a 2-disc set. So this is the movie, and over here you have the bonus material right here. See? Right there. And I think this is really, really good. This is I don't know, if you like your mafia movies, if you like The Godfather, this is definitely one to watch, for sure. Scarface. And for the bonus features, you have, you know, the making of how they made the video game, deleted scenes, over 20 minutes of deleted scenes, and, you know, TV clips and things like that. So really, really good version of the movie. Scarface Platinum Edition. Number 8. Excuse me. We have Rambo 4. Now, this is actually, it's called Rambo, but this is actually the 4th movie. Some people say it's a remake. Others say it's a re-release. not a reimagining is what I meant to say, but I don't know. Let me know what this is. For me, I think this is the fourth movie. I think this is Rambo 4. There's a funny story about Rambo 4, Rambo, because this movie has been changed. The title's been changed multiple times. This movie's been changed. The title's been changed multiple times. The first was, I believe, Rambo 4, which is what they were actually going to call it. I'm not sure about that. But then, actually, no. I was wrong. The original title for this movie was going to be called John Rambo. No joke. The original title was going to be called John Rambo. But what they did, they changed it, I think 2 or 3 times. And then they ended up with just calling it Rambo. That's it. Funny story about Rambo. When the reason why his name is Rambo is because, from what I heard, I could be wrong, let me know in the comments, but he had no name. Because I own First Blood, the first movie, and in the first movie, there was no mention of his name anywhere whatsoever. Fans started calling him Rambo, and I guess the name stuck. His name was never mentioned, so I guess the people that, or Sylvester Stallone himself, I'm not sure, somebody saw that everybody was calling him Rambo, and they were like, well, whatever, we're just going to call it Rambo. And then the next movie came out, and then they called it Rambo 2. I'm sorry, Rambo First Blood Part 2. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, this is Rambo 4, and I think this is a really, really good movie. Well worthy of the title, Rambo, at least to me. This is a very, very violent movie. Definitely really good. Number 7. Number 7, I have multiple movies of this, so they're all going to be categorized in the number 7 spot. There's going to be sets of all movies that are just going to take one spot on my list because they're all good. Plus, they come in box sets. Is the Rocky collection. So these are, this is Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Rocky Balboa. This is a really, really good set, especially for any fans of Rocky out there. I really, really, really enjoy this. And for those of you who can't get the entire Rocky series, they once sold every single Rocky movie separately, but when I think they came out on Blu-ray, they were like, well, we're just going to put one big box set. I mean, look how fat this is. Very, very fat. They put all the Rocky movies in just one box set. So you got Rocky 1, and this is the only disc I'm aware of in this set. Yeah, this is the only one. Where it actually shows a picture of Rocky. You know, a picture still of the movie. And put that in the camera so you guys can see. And the rest, you just have Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, and Rocky 6, which is Rocky Balboa. And you got the bonus disc. This is a very, very good collection, and anyone who's a fan of Rocky, you should definitely get these. Get this, for sure. Okay, coming in at number 6. We got the Tim Burton Batman. The first Batman. I really, really love Batman. He's definitely one of my, he's definitely my favorite, my all-time favorite DC superhero. And this original Tim Burton Batman is very good. I love this movie. This is my favorite Batman movie of all time. Not counting the other Batman, the Dark Knight movies. That's what I meant to say. Not counting the Dark Knight movies. I love the Dark Knight movies, but not as much as I do the Tim Burton movies. And of course, since we're talking about the Tim Burton movies, my favorite one has to be the original. It's always going to be the original for me. Batman has always been my favorite superhero when I was a kid. One of my favorite superheroes when I was a kid. And, you know, when I first saw this in theaters, this was like, well, actually I didn't see this in theaters. I wasn't born when this movie came out. I was born in 92. This is in 1989. What am I talking about? But when I actually saw this, it was on cassette. There you go. It was in cassette. And I think Michael Keaton did a really good job as Batman. And Jack Nicholson as the Joker, very, very good movie. And I definitely, this movie is definitely one to watch if you're a fan of Batman, for sure. I'd say it's underrated because not many people talk about it, but at the same time, it's overrated because, you know, when people think of the Tim Burton Batman movies, this one also always comes in the list. So, but this is a really good movie. This is a really good Batman movie, and I highly recommend that. Now we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top 5. The top 5. Middle of the road. Number 5. We have every single Jurassic Park collection. Every single Jurassic Park movie. I've already done an unboxing of this. If you want, you can check it out. It's on my channel. I've always been a massive Jurassic Park fan because what kid doesn't love dinosaurs? I've always loved dinosaurs, and I love them to this day. Really, really good movies. And when this came out, which was really cool, when this came out, it had all the movies, but Jurassic World hadn't come out yet. And what's cool about this is that it actually had 2 blank spaces for Jurassic World. So you have your Jurassic World Blu-ray and your Jurassic World Blu-ray on 3D. So that's actually really, really cool. And you got all the posters. But yeah, I've always loved Jurassic Park because, you know, dinosaurs. And these movies are all good. I really enjoy all these. And I watch them pretty frequently too. So, Jurassic Park collection. Definitely recommended. This is really good. Coming in at number 4. The Dawn of the Dead movies. Ooh. I love the Dawn of the Dead movies, and I've decided to buy this because this is the Ultimate Edition. I mean, what's better than zombie movies? I love zombie movies. Excuse me. When I heard that this came out, I remember I saw a video on this on YouTube, and I never seen this before. And what this is essentially, it's got like 3 different cuts of the movie, different versions of it. So, you know, you have the extended version right here. Then you got what came out in theaters, US theatrical version. And then also you have the European version right here. And of course you got your documentaries right here. I believe, correct me if I'm not mistaken, and of course you also have a comic book as well. When this was released outside of the US, I think we called it Dawn of the Dead, but I believe this also had an alternate title called Zombie Flesh Eaters. Yeah, Zombie Flesh Eaters. Okay, Dawn of the Dead, when Dawn of the Dead was released outside, they called it Zombie, not to be confused with the original Zombie. And then when the sequel came out, they called it Zombie Flesh Eaters. And then Zombie Flesh Eaters 2. And that spawned their own the sequel spawned its own line of sequels. And it's really confusing. But for those of you that don't know Dawn of the Dead, you might know it by its other name, Zombie. So this is a really, really good collection of Dawn of the Dead. I love these movies. Very nice classic George Romero, you know, zombie movies. And top 3. We get into the top 3 territory. Okay. In a slew of, you know, Japanese monster movies and monster movies in general, there was a bunch of Godzilla, American Godzilla, and, you know, when the Godzilla movie came out, the new Godzilla movie came out, Toho was like, okay, well, we're gonna make our own Godzilla, but he's gonna be brand new, and he's gonna be a totally different Godzilla, and that is Shin Godzilla, or Shin Godzilla. I bought this on Blu-ray, and what's really cool about this is that instead of, you know, an actual Blu-ray box being blue, this is black, so I think that's really cool. There you go. And he does look like a zombie. Very nice. So I actually managed to see this movie in theaters, believe it or not. When this movie came out in theaters here in the US, or at least in my area, there were no movie theaters except for one movie theater, which was like in the middle of nowhere. I had to travel to the middle of nowhere just to watch this movie because it was never on any movie theaters around my area. There was one movie theater miles away from my home that I couldn't even get to. I don't know how I got there, but I did. That actually showed Shin Godzilla. So I did see this movie in theaters when it came out. Again, because I live in America, it's really hard for, at least to me, really hard to find, you know, Japanese monster movies, you know, playing in theaters. So when Shin Godzilla came out, that's what they call it, Shin Godzilla, I was like, okay, I have to watch this movie. So I went with my dad and I saw this movie in theaters, and it was amazing. It was the first time I ever saw, it was the first time in a long time I ever saw Godzilla on the big screen. Godzilla 1998, American version, doesn't count. But yeah, this was really, really good. I enjoyed the heck out of this movie. Not just because I'm a massive Godzilla fan, but simply because this movie's amazing. This movie's definitely amazing. Shin Godzilla, or Shin Godzilla. Oh yeah, and also one last thing I forgot to mention. This is released by Funimation as well, so that's pretty cool. Toho and Funimation. Very nice. Number 2. The Land Before Time. I love this movie so much. You know, I love, going back to the whole Jurassic Park thing, I love dinosaurs, and when I was a kid, I wanted to watch dinosaurs because what kid doesn't? And, but I also wanted to watch cartoons. Why not watch two things combined into one? So then I saw The Land Before Time. And I was blown away when I first saw this movie. I own 2 copies of this movie. This one, because I had to get this standard, you know, separate. But I also own this in a box set, which brings every single Land Before Time movie on it. So when I saw this movie, it was really, really good. The characters were awesome. Littlefoot was incredible, you know, and it's just really good, especially if you have kids. This is a must watch. And they have any passing interest in dinosaurs, give this movie a go. Give all these movies a go. The Land Before Time is a classic movie, and I think it's worth having in your collection, regardless of, you know, age group. Really, really good, and it's a timeless classic. You could watch this over and over and over again, and it still wouldn't get old, you know. So on the box cover, you have Littlefoot, Sarah, Petrie, Ducky, and Spike. Very, very, very good movie. And a sharp tooth. That's what they call it. They call this a sharp tooth. This is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Very, very cool. They have these weird names in these movies. Just really, really weird names for the types of dinosaurs. Like long neck. A Triceratops is called a three-horn. It's really, really weird. But it's unforgettable. It's a really, really good movie. For sure. And coming in at my number one. This was impossible. This was really hard to choose. It's like, oh my God, this was impossible to choose the number one because any one of these movies, any one of my movies could have been number one. But I thought really, 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 really hard on this. And I think I came up with my number one favorite all-time movie. As far as like what I want to watch all the time. As far as like movies. Not counting MCU, but movies in general. Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. This Resurrection of Frieza movie was amazing. I really like this movie very much. I've seen this movie a ton, and I don't think I'm going to stop watching it. For those of you that know me, know that I am a massive Dragon Ball nut. I am a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. And that's like my number one favorite anime, period. You know, coming in very close to My Hero Academia. But I've always been a fan of Dragon Ball, even before My Hero Academia ever even existed. I even have a shelf full of Dragon Ball toys. And I don't know, I think I might do a video on all my toys, on all my Dragon Ball toys. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see every single one of my Dragon Ball toys in a video. I'd have to take them off the shelf. I have to take them out of the shelf, but it's just, I have a ton of Dragon Ball merchandise. I used to have Dragon Ball Z t-shirts as a kid. I used to have a bunch of stuff. So when I heard that Dragon Ball Z was coming back, you know, this was at the time that Dragon Ball Super was like really big, was coming out. I heard Frieza was back and I was like, oh my God, I had to get this. And immediately it just, I love this movie. I love everything about this movie. My favorite character, which is Beerus right here. Right there. Again, anybody knows me knows that I'm a massive Beerus fan. This movie was great. I loved it. It was just amazing. And it's what basically got me into Dragon Ball Super. Because without this, I wouldn't have the complete Dragon Ball Super collection, which I do, by the way. I own the entire series of Dragon Ball Super, which is kind of funny because I don't own the entire series of Dragon Ball Z. I only own from season 1 all the way up to season 6. I need 7, 8, and 9. But yeah, this is definitely a very good movie. I love Dragon Ball Z Resurrection of Frieza. I used to see this a ton. Matter of fact, I think I'm actually going to watch this after I upload this video. Very good movie. Very, very, very good movie. And of course, just like every single incarnation of the character, they did Beerus right in this movie. I really, really like that. Favorite character out of everything is Beerus, for sure. So yeah, Dragon Ball Z Resurrection of Frieza. Number one favorite movie. So yeah, that was every single one of my favorite movies, my top 10 favorite movies here. And I thought of doing another top 10 based on movies this time, so this is what I came up with. Again, this list was extremely hard. I went back and forth as to which movies would be deemed worthy of this list. Everybody has their own opinion. Let me know your top 10 movies in the comments down below. Maybe you guys have different opinions than mine. Maybe I could find a new movie that I've never seen before, and you guys have oh my God, you haven't seen this? You should do this. You should recommend this. You have to see blah, blah, blah. I'd love to know what you guys think and what your favorite movies are. So, leave it in the comments below. Leave your top 10 in the comments below. And if anything, I'll be back with another video. Hopefully an unboxing video. A card unboxing video. I haven't done those in a while. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite movies of all time. And this is King Vita saying, laters.